Everyone, today we're gonna learn another past tense in Spanish called el pretérito. And for today we're just gonna focus on the verbs ending in AR. So what is el pretérito? El pretérito, or the preterite tense in Spanish, is used to talk about completed actions in the past. These actions are viewed as finished, are often associated with specific time expressions, and or have a clear beginning or end. For example, we won the game yesterday would use the preterite because it indicates a single completed action at a specific moment in the past. Let's not forget that there is another way to talk about the past in Spanish, and we have already seen it. Let's try not to confuse them. In the future, you're gonna learn fully how to differentiate them, but for now, habitual, ongoing action, unspecified time period. So, de niño, when I was a child, I used to, imperfecto. Other stuff, pretérito. And we're gonna look at pretérito today. So first, let's start from the basic. How do we form the preterite? Paso uno, we take off the AR ending. So, hablar, we have hablo. And then we add the appropriate ending based on the subject. And I'm going to show you them to you. For the AR verb, we have yo hablé, tú hablaste, ella habló, nosotros hablamos, vosotras hablasteis, ellos hablaron. So those are stuff that you have to remember. Pause the video and repeat the hablar conjugation at least 3 or 4 times. Ahora vamos a ver cuándo usamos el pretérito. We're going to learn 3 different ways of when to use the preterite. Number 1, to describe a complete action with a specific duration of time in the past. So, for example, los estudiantes practicaron el cello por 1 hora. Students practiced the cello for 1 hour. A specific duration of time. It could have been for 1 month, for 1 day, for 3 hours, whatever. Preterite. And it has to be in the past. Número 2. We can use the preterite to talk about the completed action with a specific time expression. Now about this, let me make a note that this can vary based on the country. For now, let's just think that this is the rule. In intermediate 2, maybe when you get to an advanced level of Spanish, you might differentiate more. El año pasado, mi familia y yo viajamos a Yellowstone. Last year, my family and I traveled to Yellowstone. Every single country that speaks Spanish, they will use preterite. Let's review a few time expressions that you can use with the preterite. And you can find some of these in the book under vocabulary for 7C and D. So, ayer, yesterday, when you're talking about yesterday, completed time in the past, preterite. Anoche, last night. El otro día, the other day. La semana pasada, last week. El mes pasado. El año pasado. Hace un año. El 1986. Now, let's look at these, let's review them, and I want you to pause the video and create 2 more time expressions using the ones on the left and changing them slightly. So think about las estaciones, summer, winter. How do you say that in Spanish, and how can you use that with this? And just remember to if you are talking about la primavera, will be la primavera pasada, feminine. If you're talking about el lunes pasado, masculine. So they always have to agree on gender. Think about a few more or variation of those on the left and create 2 more expressions. And now let's look at the last one to talk about an action with a clear beginning or end in the past. So for example, el torneo empezó a las 9. Started exactly at 9. Or ended exactly at 9, we'll also use the preterite. Now, as you might know, some verbs in Spanish have a lot of irregulars. Today we're going to look at preterite verbs with spelling changes. Those spelling changes are done to maintain consistent pronunciation. Today we're only going to focus on verbs ending in sar, car, and gar, so Z-A-R, C-A-R, and G-A-R. And those verbs have only a spelling change in the yo form. So for sar, we have the verb empezar. With a Z, we can see that the first person becomes empecé. And then you can also practice all the other one. And don't forget there are some accents. And then for car, so practicar, for the yo form is pratiqué. So it sounds exactly the same, but if you add a C here, the sound will be different, and that's why we have the spelling change. And then the last one, pagar, the yo form is pagué. We're almost done. Before you go, let's look at a few more examples, and then I want you to write 3 more sentences using the preterite, or complete some homework. El equipo celebró después de ganar el partido. The team celebrated after winning the game. We have like, they won and then they started celebrating. Los miembros del grupo de mariachi tocaron en la plaza por 2 horas. A specific time, for specific duration of time. And then the last one, jugué al golf con mi abuelo anoche. We saw this expression earlier, so jugar, there is the spelling change. I played golf with my grandpa last night. Bye!